lounging, son.
Welcome back to the Comic Lounge. My name is Ryan. Back with me again. I got my boy Eli here talking some Turtles with me.
Turtle Bunka.
We're talking Volume 4 again, issue 12. A lot's happened so far. Last issue, we dealt with Splinter's funeral. And now, as you can see on this cover, the vampires are back. We saw a little bit of them in issue 11. And they're coming at a turtle. We don't know who it is. And you don't find out until basically the end of this issue. But another dope cover.
Vampires back. All right. But we start in April's attic. And she's going through stuff. You know, it's hard to believe that she didn't lose all the stuff in the second time around fire from back in the Mirage series.
Yeah, dude. I love the callbacks, too. This is a great page, dude. Like, the tones on here.
Yeah, absolutely. The attention to detail, the perspective.
Everything.
Like, this is a real attic. You know, it's got the skis, the ice skates. This is like a New England attic. She's like looking at all these drawings, and you know that she's got a real mystery about her life. And you know, us knowing what happens, you can kind of see how she's like finding these little pieces and these little things, and like she's putting together this mystery. And you know, with the advantage of knowing what happens, it's like very interesting. She's like, okay, sketchbook. And you see sketchbook number 7 here.
I know, it's interesting, dude. Like, she's like trying to figure out her past. She remembers a little bit of these things.
Yeah, but she's going through dad stuff, and it's got real dirty.
Yeah.
And it got wet and hot. And she's like, look at these sketches of me as a baby. But then she's like, well, when were these done? But we don't see that yet. Then we flash over the Turtles, and here is a major turning point for this volume 4, because it's kind of like all 4 Turtles are going their separate ways. Splinter dies. You know, Peter was talking in the letter column, maybe it's in this one or the last one, but he's saying like, someone asked like, why did you kill Splinter? Has it always been your plan? And he's like, well, in order to really shake up the Turtles and make a major change in the way that we tell these stories, if we break that link that ties them all together, then they can kind of all go their ways, and they can start doing their own thing. And that's really what's happening right here. And if I remember correctly, they don't really ever get back together for the rest of the thing.
I don't think so. Run. I don't remember. Yeah. I mean, obviously I haven't read the very last issues of this run, and like I think the last like 9 issues I don't own. So
there's no end. Like there's no end. So
right, but I'm saying like I definitely don't. I didn't read the last 9, so I don't even know what happens in those.
Right. Gotcha.
But yeah, you're right. They're all going their separate ways. Donatello's going to
go back one more second. I want to show a little detail from Peter Laird, who's clearly, and we know this is established, he's an Apple guy. Bottom right of that establishing shot, you can see that Donnie's got his iPod hooked up to the computer. He's getting some last minute podcast, This Week in Tech, getting some stuff on there. Just funny. All right, so he's like, dude, yeah, being in the lair just reminds me too much of Splinter. Like, I gotta get out. I'm gonna go to the Tepui or whatever.
Yeah, so like that's connecting all the way back to like, fuck, what issue was that where the Utroms got attacked by those like dinosaurs? Remember. Yeah, but like 6, 7, that's where he's gonna go. Like he's gonna go explore the Utroms over there. And you got to think that he's also, or at least how I'm reading it, is he's going to do something with it, whatever the fuck he clipped from Splinter. But again, I don't remember what happens throughout, so I don't even know if that thread's ever pulled on. But
I can't remember. I mean, I know we see Splinter again, but it's not like through scientific, it's through like spiritual.
Right.
And again, there's 2 times in these letter columns where they're like, do you think Splinter's ever going to come back, like kind of like Obi-Wan Kenobi style? And he's like, no. And it's not really like Force Ghost style. It's different, but
yeah, it's them meditating.
Well, yeah, but then what's it called? The like fight realm, or the like battle realm, battle world, or something like that.
Okay, I can't remember that.
We'll get there. Ooh, interesting. That's fun. There's a lot of cool shit in this one. Anyway, Donnie's like, I'm out, and Mikey's like, yeah, I'll come with you. I got a new job. They're like, new job?
I didn't realize he had an old job. Yeah.
yeah, that's funny. Yeah, that's a nice dig there. Yeah, and they're like, all right, well, cool. well, actually, they're like, what you talking about, Mike? And he's like, well, I'm like a tour guide for these aliens because I kind of have one foot in between both, you know? I look
Yeah, I
like an
think
alien,
he's
but
the
I'm,
perfect one to do it too.
yeah, that's a good job for him.
And I love this like brotherly interaction too, like Raph giving him a fucking noogie.
Yeah. And I think it's, it's coming from a brotherly spot, but it's also coming from a spot where I think Raph has more, he's the gruff, he's the mean one, but usually the mean one always has like an extra intense, sensitive side, and so he feels it. Everyone breaking up, so he reverts to this kind of goofiness because he can't deal with his emotions.
Yeah, that makes sense too. Yeah.
So he's like, "It's a good luck, Noogie Bike." He's like, "Yeah, okay, later, dude.
Yeah,
I
and
want to
then
like go to space or something."
Leo's gonna go with Karai to discuss security issues. So like everybody's doing their own thing, and he asks
Yeah,
Raph, "How about you? Any plans?"
he's
Raph's
like,
got plans.
the
Yeah,
Night Stalker.
yeah.
No, I don't know.
Guess I'll just hang out, and then he like eventually like I mean we'll see. He ends up at a fucking bar, but that's getting ahead of myself. But I love
Right.
this too, like Casey coming up, with some tea. April's still up in the attic looking through shit.
I don't always love to keep calling back to the letters column, but he does give a lot of, kind of insight in those columns. And someone was saying like, do you think you'll see Casey like putting on a mask and going out vigilanting again? And he's like, Casey's older now. He's got a wife and he's got a kid that he takes care of. And so he's got this established life. Why would he go and jeopardize that by vigilanting? And you kind of can see that here. He's like being, a
He's more
husband. He's bringing
domesticated.
up tea. Yeah. Helpful and, taking care of April in this super tough time for
I love when he gives her a kiss on the head. He's like, "This must be what it's like for you when I don't shave for a few days."
her.
Get that little dig in.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, he just kind of starts like, whoa, look at this RC car. Sit, dude. It's kind of funny because we just read the Leo micro, and Raph or somebody is like, I hope they got me that RC car I was looking for. Maybe it's this. Maybe this is it from that Christmas.
Oh yeah. I love how like they established it like he's talking, but like she's trailing off in her own thoughts because then it just goes to
Yeah.
blah 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 blah. This is where you start
She
getting
finds this.
yeah,
Yeah.
the film reel.
She's like, okay, interesting. 62. Summer of 62. She's looking through it and she's like, wait a second. Sketchbook 7. He's drawing me. Wait, when was I born? What year was I born? That can't be right. And before she even says that, what I just said, wait, when was I born? When was this drawing? He interrupts her and he's like, babe, move go downstairs. You want any more tea? And then she's like, can you find that projector your buddy Eric gave you? And he's like, totally, babe. I got you.
Yeah, it's interesting too because I think we've already talked about this. I can't remember the April stuff because it's been so long. So
Oh,
like I don't remember where this kind of leads. I started getting like I feel like my brain was trying to tell me with issue 11 when we were reading it, but I can't fully
your
grasp.
brain was trying to tell you with a different comic that you had us read, but I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there. Oh my
Okay,
god,
all right, yeah, don't tell.
interesting.
Yeah,
I thought you set that up.
no,
No, you didn't. You
no,
didn't. Okay, interesting.
yeah, yeah. So now we
All
get back
right.
to the
Well,
Utroms.
that's cool.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm excited to get into those issues because it's going to be like a brand new experience. But anyway,
Nice.
so we're back at the Utroms. Donnie's with them. They're going to go on that expedition, but first they have to watch what happened on that fucking island. And I love that, like, it's quite disturbing. And you just see,
Yeah.
you could hear like the sounds behind. Like, these are basically, it's the same conversation that we saw in that issue, but we're seeing it from a different angle now.
Exactly. Last time on Tepui Park. They're swarming over the ship. Really cool, kind of like overprint they did on this second panel.
Yeah, to make it look
Oh,
like it's a
oh
screen.
yeah, yeah. Yours looks darker than mine. I wonder. Anyway, yeah. So we do kind of see like a crackle in the screen, and we see these like kind of like evolved raptors coming at him.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, holy shit, dude. So he's just kind of telling them more and more about it. And then they're getting into the history of like this spot, this location, their first visit here, how they had all this like organic waste, which is basically the ooze.
I know it's interesting too, because they like basically dumped it, but now they are trying to clean up the wreckage of their past, and like they feel bad about it too, and to the point of like they're embarrassed that they did this.
And to like and it's given us a little bit of insight into the ooze too, in that to them the ooze was just trash and this byproduct, but to the turtles and to Shredder and these other mutants in this world, I guess I don't know. Maybe there's not like Bebop and Rocksteady in this world or whatever, but I guess Mutanimals and whoever else was mutated, you know, like it was this amazing thing, life changing, world changing thing, but to the Oots, it was just like trash.
Yeah, now they want to capture them and study them and analyze the DNA.
Right. And maybe that's why they brought Donnie on too, so they can be like, well, maybe we can grab a little of your DNA too, and we can compare and see what's up. All right. So off they go in another tug when they're like, well, the last mission failed gruesomely. And they're like, well, we've got much better armaments.
Boom. Yeah.
Pew pew. They're like, all right, let's do it. So they start landing. And
there's that tree creature.
You see it landing. Yeah. He's like, what's up, y'all? Coming back. Hooty hoo. All right, then we go back over. And what do we got? We got the Galaxy's bar here.
I love this little alien holding this chick's hand as they're walking. I don't know why that made me laugh, but it did.
It looks like maybe this is Gizmo at the bar.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. I just noticed that too.
You got Raph. He's fucking sitting there drinking, telling stories. And she's like, again?
Yeah. There's 2 Utroms and 2 girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, you're telling that story again? Yeah. It's great details.
And he's clearly feeling it. He's feeling himself.
Oh, yeah.
With the alcohol, right?
Yeah. He's like, all right. Psyched up.
Yeah.
He's like, just call me Raph. It's all right, guys. No worries. They're giggling. There's like shots in the table there. And he's like, let me get out of here. You guys are crazy.
And you got these fucking creepers looking at him as he's leaving the fucking building. Follow him out.
Gets his weapons. There's a weapons check, and he's like off. He's like, maybe I'll take the long way into the alley, into the dark city New York alley. Nothing ever goes wrong there.
No.
But, you know, it's Raph, so maybe he's like, maybe I'll take the long way, have a little, you know, fun tonight, because he's always like looking for a battle. And they start beating him down because they think he's an alien. So they're kind of a little bit racist and a little bit just vampires.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, you're just pretending to be vampires. So we're not pretending, we're the real deal.
Yeah, and he's like,
and he's obviously
they're strong, and he gets like
he's drunk.
Boot to the face.
Can't fight the way he normally could. That's I truly believe that if he was sober, he probably would have fucking knocked all these motherfuckers out.
Probably, yeah.
No.
They catch him off guard and not thinking, and then he gets a 2x4 to the head. This is also going to start Raph's like solo story in earnest, because I mean, nothing's the same for any of the turtles after they part ways here.
Right. And you know, we talked about it with issue 11, where like when a vampire bites you, sometimes you change and sometimes you die. Well, they talk about now we drink, and they lord over him. Mm-hmm. And I love this. Watch the shell though. Looks hard. Don't want to chip a fang.
Yeah. Just a little bit of humor in there at the end. It's so funny. And then we're into the turtle tracks. Yeah, here's like where it says like Splinter's funeral was very touching. I was so pleased when Radical and Renette showed up. But like, I recognize almost everyone, including a certain Peter and Kev. But who's the guy with the pie on his forehead and the Catman? And that's like, Peter's like the guy with the pie on the forehead is a new character in an upcoming Tales. The Catman may appear in Tales also. That's all I'm allowed to say. You know, so it's kind of interesting that they like just put 2 new characters in there. But again, the Tales stories take place before this run. So
yeah, and it's funny too, like just like as he ends, see you in 60. So this book was coming out every 2 months.
Yeah, bi-monthly. Interesting.
Oh yeah, see, look, and then this is even saying, so look at that. So he's finished lettering issue 3 at the point of this issue, and when we're at 6, okay. So 6 must have come out maybe 4 issues later of this. I don't know. It's hard to tell because I feel like that one came out more frequently. Well, obviously it came out more frequently. There's way more issues of that than there is of the actual main volume 4. So
yeah, and maybe since this is Baimon and the other one is Baimon, that it's like 1 month is the main book and then 1 month is Tales and then 1 month and the next is main book. So it's like back and forth.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It's a crazy 3D graphic he did on here. That's like gonna be like, I think, a base or something like that in another issue. That's what he said in the beginning.
Yeah,
it was like a 3D model for TMNT 15 for Jim.
Yeah, but another great
wow
issue.
Dude, another great one. Yeah, dude, it would be fun to cover an issue. Paleo is another amazing book. It's very much in the line of Steve Bissett's Tyrant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I gotta find it.
It's a cool one. I might even have 2 trades of it. I'll have to find out if that's true.
All right. Yeah, I'd be down to go through it. I mean, I always love looking at Jim Lawson art, dude, you know?
Yeah, it's the best, man.
So we got another issue down. I think at this point there's 20 more, right? I think 32 is the last issue, so there's 20 more issues to go. And I'm kind of not looking forward to that last one, but at least we got a good amount of more conversation to go through. I love going through these issues. Make sure you guys check it out. Follow Eli, his links down below, Comic Lounge links down below. Hit the subscribe button so you're notified every time a new vid goes up. Make sure you check out the Turtle playlist. Every Tuesday, there's a new Turtle episode on Comic Lounge. And on that note, we're out.
Shell yeah.